with CBT this month, this is worth a watch. What the fuck is CBT? Because I'm assuming this is not cock and ball torture exposing Tower of Fantasy. To be honest with you, I am in the mood for some drama. Like, I am ready to watch this. Like, it's gonna be fucking good. Let's watch this one right now.
No creator, no developer, no person is infallible. We all make mistakes,
except
some
me.
larger than others. Even so, that does not excuse the sheer unprofessionalism that was shown by Hada Studio when it came to the marketing of Tower of Fantasy and the issues that it had after the game launched. From plagiarism to using bots in an attempt to manipulate positive ratings online, they've done it all. And while their acts have been documented online, it's never been done like this. Hey, my name is Styx, and welcome back to the channel.
So we're actually gonna
anticipating.
Are we gonna get an is this gonna be an scuffed Genshin? Yes, apparently it is. Little Genshin.
Tower Fantasy. It's a stunning looking anime MMO, and both Mrs. Styx and I actually got into their closed beta test later this month.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Before we play, before we encourage our viewers to try this game out, I want to personally take a few minutes of your time here and show you the kinds of developers that Hada Studio are. Quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. This allows you to directly support us if you're interested.
I'm curious to see what the hell these guys are doing.
We'll have their name appear at the beginning of every single YouTube video, and you'll be immortalized in the MMO genre forever. Now, Tower of Fantasy has advertised itself as the Genshin Impact killer ever since its inception. It looks.
Why would you advertise yourself as the Genshin Impact killer? Like, of all the different things that you would want to do, like, what is this? Like, why? Like, why would you? Like, this is the worst. That is the worst marketing campaign I've ever heard. Why did you say it? Yeah, I don't understand. It's so cringe. Like, why does, like, what is this? Genshin is so big. Listen, I have to say this, guys. Man, I really didn't want to, but I'm going to have to. My Final Fantasy tweet, only 10,000 likes. The Genshin Impact tweet, 22.7 thousand likes. Dead game? I mean, it's a dead game. I mean, like, look at that right there. Look at that. I'm just saying, like, type Lost Ark. We're going to do another one. I'm going to give it a couple more days, and then we're going to go another one, all right? And, yeah, that's okay. It's a mobile game. Dude, it's bots. I am just so fucking, like, seeing that is just so fucking funny because I know that there's somebody in chat that's watching this and actually getting mad and thinking about how they're going to disprove and explain why it got less likes and it's still more popular rather than just like enjoying it for like, oh, this is funny, right? But they're actually like trying to figure out a reason to like prove it to me, you know? They've got to prove it.
Looks like Genshin Impact. It plays like Genshin Impact, just on a massively multiplayer scale.
That's cool.
This is what players have wanted ever since Genshin Impact released. What we've ended up with, though, is an amalgamation of other people's efforts being presented to us with Hada claiming it as their own. First, let's go ahead here and discuss the moment that Tower of Fantasy was caught plagiarizing Honkai Impact 3rd. Yeah. Honkai Impact.
Isn't that the one before Genshin Impact?
Games in the entire history of the genre. From MiHoYo, who also
isn't that the same one?
Develop and publish
I thought so.
Genshin Impact. Hada Studio released a trailer for the game, showing off new footage, new characters, story, combat. Typically, this should have been cause for celebration. But approximately 49 seconds into the trailer, fans noticed something. One of the soldiers actually had a sword, the 3rd sacred relic that belonged to Honkai Impact. Naturally, Honkai fans noticed immediately, and they took to social media to berate Hada for stealing assets from other popular games and using.
So they just literally took the weapon from another game and they put it in their game. That's it. They just took the weapon from another game and put it in their game. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
Them in their promotional material. Hada themselves were forced to make a public apology for this after being called out for theft and for plagiarism, and actually went on to state, due to our negligence, we failed to discover the problem of misuse of material in time, and as of now, the existing material in question has been arranged to be revised and updated.
That seems
in this
fair.
regard, we have conducted a
that seems
profound
fair.
review and apologized to all of the topographers affected by this matter. And at this moment, they
Sure. I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, okay, they apologized for it, they acknowledged it, they got caught slipping, and yeah, that's okay. Simple mistake. No, well, I mean, the thing is, like, they obviously did it on purpose, right? I think so.
could have at least saved a little bit of face, but instead they opted to redirect this blame onto others. After verification, the reason for this problem is that the trailer outsourcing process, the supplier used some material that is not in the game, and we did not find it in time during the review. So the misused material video was released normally. So what this means in essence is, we're sorry, but you know what, it wasn't our fault. We outsourced the entire trailer to other people, and
as if that makes it better. But like, the thing is, yeah, that, okay, it's got outsourced to a completely different person. Well, never mind, guys, that's totally fine in that case. Absolutely.
we just couldn't find the time it would take us
you weren't
to
supposed to find out about
a
this.
2-minute video before publishing it for a multi-million-dollar video game. You can't blame us for that. If only more companies had this level of professional integrity. Many Chinese...
They do. Let's be honest, they do. I think that's fair enough. Yeah, absolutely. And I didn't play a victim. I outsourced it to someone else. No, the thing is, here's how I see this, right? Is like, this kind of stuff happens all the time. I always have the policy of this: fool me once, shame on shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. I allow somebody to make one mistake, even though I think it's bullshit, and move past it. It's like, okay, fine, but let's see if this happens again. I usually allow one mistake. It's okay. Can't get fooled again. That's right.
These players were actually quite upset with that apology, as Hada decided that they wanted to make this public apology at midnight when most of the players wouldn't actually see it. Sneaky Hada. Looking at the trailer now, the sword was actually removed, although you can see the NPC continue to make the same motion as if he had a sword present. Now, the second month, Hada decided, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna release a second trailer for our game. This time though, they were smart. They previewed the trailer before publishing it to make sure that it didn't steal assets from other games. Creators...
The combat of the game seems pretty much fine. Like, I actually don't hate the combat. It seems decent enough.
So, oh, yeah, no problem. That was perfectly acceptable. Yeah, because a month later, they were once again accused of plagiarism. This time,
what a
they
surprise.
didn't steal assets from another developer
Would have never expected that
game. Rather, they stole the entire trailer from another person. I'm not even kidding. Now, someone made a side-by-side comparison of the two different videos and posted that video onto Reddit, which I will include a link to in the description for people that want it. I'll also include a link to the official creator of the video. But we are going to take a look at it here and see if we can personally discern the similarities ourselves.
Okay, let's watch it.
Wow.
Okay. These are... Oh. Wow. So it is... Okay. They're not even trying. Like, they're not even trying at all. Holy shit. Oh my god. Look at that. The shamelessness. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my god, guys. Caught in 4K. It's just no way, dude. Shot for shot. And they retrace it. Like, people do this all the time. Like, I'll see this stuff on Twitter pretty regularly, where there'll be like two artists and like one of them trace the other person's art. And it's like, sometimes I'm like, I don't know about this, you know, maybe this person's just being paranoid. But like, some of them, like this one here especially, bro, it's so fucking obvious. How are you even trying to hide it? Oh my god.
Oh man.
Yeah.
if this wasn't blatantly obvious,
Yeah.
then you're blind.
Yeah, it's obvious. Like, I mean, come on. You know it, I know it, everybody knows it. It's the exact same fucking trailer. Yeah, the graphics. I think graphics are fine on both games, to be honest with you. Like, the theme for the graphics are fine with me.
There are small portions of originality, but that's more just like with the video being cut and transitioning, having weird transitions.
Yeah. Wow. Okay,
Now,
so... Yeah, when does this come out?
After this was made public, Hada actually went ahead and they removed the trailer entirely. The
How does
original
this
video is no longer available.
But, like, here's what's so weird about it. Is it's like, it's obvious that you're stealing the content. Just steal the content. Like, why make it a big deal? Why stress yourself out about this? Why try to go and be like, oh, well, I don't know if I want to do this. Like, you know, like, and then delete it and try to hide it. Just steal it. Just fucking steal it, man. That's all there is to it. And like, outsource video again, because you can't steal, dude. It's China things, lawsuits. I don't know how they do things over in China. I hear they copy their shit all the time. Yeah, it's intellectual property. Bro, the way they do intellectual property is different than the way we do.
Due to the sheer embarrassment
Yeah,
that
I
they
don't
must
know.
have been facing. How do you steal an entire trailer and think that someone won't notice? A mere month after being accused and subsequently apologizing for stealing assets for your previous trailer. I don't recall Hada making a public apology for this mistake. Not that they realistically could make any type of acceptable...
Like, what do you say after something like that? You say, like, cat jumped on the keyboard and like, I feel like if I was Hada, what would I do? I would say, listen, guys, what happened was basically, I forgot I left the door to my office unlocked, and my cat, at night, ended up, like, somehow was just, like, walking on the keyboard or something like this, and the way it was walking, somehow it edited the video to look a lot like the other trailer. I don't really know how this happens. We put the cat in timeout. He's in his kennel right now, and we're going to try to keep him off the keyboard from now on. But somehow he also managed to upload it to YouTube. I still don't know how that happened. We're trying to talk to the cat, but it's a cat, so we can't really get through to him. And, you know, like, that's it. We're using a Ouija board to see if we can maybe communicate with the cat's spirit. And, like, if they tweeted that out, everyone would be like, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's all right. Yep, that sounds good. That's good. Absolutely. Yeah, but, like, if you have an actual excuse, it's like, basically, I've always thought the best idea is, like, if you get caught for something that's, like, just blatant, and it's like, just come up with some stupid excuse, and, like, everybody knows, like, it doesn't matter what you say. Everybody knows that you did it wrong. Yeah, it's that lying Ted again. Exactly. There you go. And so that's all you do. Yeah, it's a cat got on the keyboard and just edited this video in this weird way. Like, I don't know how it happened. Like, it's just, I mean, you guys have pets, right? Pets get into, like, you know, they get into the cabinet, whatever. Well, this pet got into the editing program, and he just edited the video, right? That's it. And so, yeah, time is a tangled mess. Yeah, and you don't worry. Yeah, cats love keyboards. Exactly. It's a smart cat. Yeah, you just don't. If they said that, I genuinely believe that it would be better for them PR-wise than if they tried to make an excuse. Like, just say something completely fucking stupid, and people will be like, okay, whatever. That's it.
Apology at this juncture. Whoops, it happened again. This time, though,
Just
it was on a
true.
much grander scale.
Oh, yeah, of course it was. Oh, absolutely. Like, I remember I used to do this in school. Is that, like, whenever I would get called on for, like, you know, it'd be, like, in class, and they'd ask me, like, what a question is, I would tell a joke and make the class laugh, and they would forget that I didn't know the answer, and they would move on to the next person, and I wouldn't lose credit. I would completely distract them from the question, and then they would just move on to something else. Yeah, I'd say something else. What joke? I don't know. It depends on the context, right?
We can't
it works all the time.
realistically blame on outsourcing because this time the trailer was made in-house. You know what? Actually, I do have a way that we can deal with this. Maybe we just pretend it didn't happen. Yeah. That'll go over well.
That's a good idea.
That's pretty much what they did. They have made hundreds
Smart.
of millions of dollars at this point, and they're still lying. They're still stealing, and
No, this is they are totally right by taking this approach. who was the girl? What, it was like Addison something that made like this this blue light sunscreen. Was that it? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what this is. Addison Rae. Yeah, so she made a blue light sunscreen, and as far as I know, kids are buying that shit up like it's candy, right? They're loving it. Like, oh, blue, oh, yeah, dude, bro, they love it. Yes. We're so happy about it, right? And so, yeah, does it taste good? I don't know. Probably ask the viewers. They'll tell you. And so these people, it's blue, bro. It protects you from blue lights. And so Valkyrie, you know what she did that was dumb? Is that she tried to address it. What Valkyrie should have done is she should have only responded to her friends who said, "Yas, queen, girl boss," and been like, "Yes, we're really out here. We're doing it. Let's go." And then completely fucking ignore all of the feedback, all of the criticism, delete all of it, DMCA the videos about it, and just move on and sell your fucking sunscreen, and it's going to be totally fine. Because that's what Addison Rae did, and it worked. You never, ever, ever give any attention to that stuff. Yeah, ruthless businesswoman. There you go. That's how it works.
Making excuses. But that is not the worst of it, though. After fumbling repeatedly and continuing to see not only a decline in active players, but also a declining rating on both the iOS and the Play Store, Hada did what any rational person, what any rational company would do in their situation.
And what's that?
They bought fake reviews.
Smart.
Yeah. If people dislike your game and are honestly rating it lower than you would like, how do you combat that? You fake it. Tower of Fantasy was at 3 stars.
Well, you think about it, right? There's like development costs, consulting fees, designers, hiring designers. Like, that's a lot of money to actually make the game better. It's a lot easier to just pay people to say the game's better. That's it. That's all you have to do. Because it's like, it's the same thing, really, because it's like word of mouth. Like, yeah, it's just a matter of economics.
In mere days, suddenly saw a spike all the way up to 4 stars, despite all the low ratings that were happening, the lack of downloads, and the general disinterest on social media. It went up almost an entire bracket.
Those are a lot of cats on the keyboard.
An ongoing duplication issue that was going on, destroying not only the in-game economy, but allowing for players to immediately get fully geared. In what world would your rating actually be on the rise during all of this? There were hundreds, there were thousands of new positive reviews pouring in over a several-day period.
I wonder why.
Chinese players began to notice something, that these reviews seemed eerily reminiscent of reviews left on another game.
Bro, I remember this back in New World. So there were these bots that, like, basically, like, we came to the conclusion that it probably wasn't Amazon botting Reddit comments, but, like, people thought on the New World subreddit, because somebody said, "Feels good different." Yes, on the PTR, there are bots that farm karma so they can post in subreddits. And what the bots kept spamming over and over and over on New World subreddit was, "New World feels good different" on the PTR. And they kept saying it over and over and over. And obviously, like, the New World community is full of a bunch of fucking boomers. So what do they think? Well, they thought this was a conspiracy. Okay? They thought this was a conspiracy by Amazon. And to be fair, I think that it's reasonable to at least, you know, be open to that possibility. And this happened, and it was like, they were right? No, they weren't. They're wrong. That's because it never happened again. There was no other instance of this ever happening again. I do not think that Amazon had fake accounts saying this. I don't think so. But I think it was so fucking funny, because the same thing happened with New World. Are you sure? No.
Yeah. To add insult to injury,
like
it turns out that Hada Studio had hired botters to steal reviews left on Genshin Impact, the largest gacha game, or arguably one of the largest games in the entire world, and repost them as official Tower Fantasy reviews. People online began to take screenshots of the reviews that were left on Genshin and then compare them to the reviews that were left on Tower Fantasy. Other than the occasional name change from Genshin Impact to Tower Fantasy for some of the reviews.
Wait, so they literally just so it wasn't enough for them to copy the trailers and the assets of the game. They even copied the reviews of the game, and they just replaced Genshin Impact with their game name? We gotta play this game. This is fucking great. I love this. Oh my god, this is impressive. Wow.
Everything else was copy-pasted in its entirety.
Jesus.
Instead of hiring botters to customize these
I
reviews,
love
or
it.
heck, to steal reviews from less well-known games, they instead take reviews from the most popular game in the world. Especially...
Well, of course they do that, because those are the best reviews. Of course they're gonna do... Duh! Why would they not take... You've got to steal the reviews. Those are the best reviews. Why would you want to steal the mediocre reviews? You want to steal the good ones, right? Yeah, come on. This is yeah, they've got a smart cat that keeps getting on that keyboard, man. I can't believe the cat puts his hand Control-C, Control-V, he's like putting it in there, like, what, how does this happen? Like, I don't know, it's a cat, right? How can you explain it? Like, things just happen, right?
Within China. Like, can you be any dumber? When games launch, they typically launch with bugs. That's to be expected. 6 months after release,
No, it's not dumb. It's actually not dumb to do this, because most people won't see it. Most people will not consume this video. Most people will not watch my video. They're just going to be like, oh, well, let's see if this game's any good. It's good? Huh. Okay, well, I'll play it. That's it. That's it. They don't think about it. They're not going to worry about it. They're not going to watch like a feedback video, like an expose, 13-minute video about it. They're like, does the game good or does it not good? Game good? Then I get. That's it. And there's no interaction beyond that. 99% of people don't care about this. That's why they do it. Like, why do you think that these companies, why do they have regulations for this stuff? It's because if they don't, everybody would be doing it.
Still had duplication bugs threatening the longevity of the title and the economy. But at least they made active attempts to remedy the situation, and they didn't try covering it up, despite at times making it much worse.
That's
Tower
true.
Fantasy, on the other hand, opted for something a little different. There was an issue brought to the attention of the developers where
game looks okay.
Pulled for an item, but due to a weak internet connection, disconnected. After logging back into the game, he found that he couldn't use the piece of gear that he obtained. After reaching out to customer support, having screenshots to prove exactly what happened, the devs decided to outright delete his entire pull history. That way,
that's smart, because because he can't show it to other people and like use it as evidence, because like they obviously know, like, no, it makes sense, right? Because like, so here's why, because like so if he shows that it happened and they didn't get the item, well, then other people are going to see that and they're going to stop giving the company money. So they delete the entire history of it, and that way nobody knows that it happened. Yeah, what sword? What sword? Like, what do you mean, what sword? Like, what do you mean? Just, delete this guy. Like, ban him. Like, get him out of here. Like, what sword? What do you mean? Like, they're ruthless? Yes. The thing is that it actually, and this is what I think a lot of people, what might really make them mauled out about it, but the fact is that this goes so far. Like, this works so well. It's amazing. It's like people say, oh, censorship never works. It absolutely does. That's why they keep doing it. Like, it works so fucking well, and it's so blatant and so obvious. And I think to a certain degree, people don't even care if it gets obvious enough, because it's like, yeah, well, it is what it is, right? Yep, that's life nowadays. What are you gonna do? And that's it. They never worry about it. They don't give a fuck. It is, how can they prove it? Yeah, how can he prove it now if they deleted it? And then if he posts the screenshots, they ban him for posting fake screenshots because there's no log of it. Can't prove that.
The player would have no evidence that this happened. other players learned of this and found a way to exploit it. Naturally, it's what gamers do, after all. I'm not going to disclose the method specifically. It's available online for interested parties. Upon learning of this, the studio decided to immediately take the servers offline and perform an emergency maintenance while compensating players with additional pulls. You know what? And that was
what they mean by pulls, by the way. So you know, like the things whenever you pull them, it goes like this. You know, like that. Yeah, pulls on a slot machine. Yeah, it's pulls on a slot machine. That's what he means by the gotcha mechanic. Yes, that's the slot machine. Absolutely. Yeah, another roulette. Yep, put it all on black. There you go. The one-armed bandit.
Adaptable response. Deleting a player's entire history, though?
Smart.
No, not at all. But, you know, this, sure. After coming back online, players quickly learned, utilizing the same method, you could duplicate the compensatory rewards, allowing players to essentially fully gear themselves with a few hours worth of effort, or less if you were lucky.
Well, that guy did everybody a favor. You think about it, you know, like, everybody, and like, that's the thing, is like, he's like Jesus. Like, his history died for your loot. He did this for you. He's doing this. It's like Jesus. Yes, exactly. Gamers, they can't stop winning.
While Hada and Perfect World Games eventually remedied this, they didn't ban the players responsible for abusing neither the initial glitch or the secondary one.
That's surprising.
That was actually a main part of the reason for the large discontent found amongst players and the mass surge of negative reviews, especially given the number of players that spent money on
this. Happened with New World too. People started duping, and everybody was duping in New World, right? You have to understand, like, literally everybody was duping. People were trying to, like, you know, make their characters immune to damage. Like, the first month of New World was one of the most entertaining months of gaming that I've ever experienced. And I told people, if you want to truly enjoy New World, you have to look at the dupes and the drama surrounding them as part of the content that the game provides. So you have to look at, like, basically, it's like, why do people watch Judge Judy? Well, they don't watch it for the cinematography, they watch it for the drama. And that's the same thing. So you have to, like, include the dupes into the entertainment factor of the game. And it was like the devs were duping furniture, the devs were duping settlements, the devs were duping the items. Everything in New World, the game itself, was duped. And then the players are duping, and then, like, the mobs are duping. Now you're getting multiple rewards. Everything's duping, everything's happening. Like, it's dupe world. That's all there was to it. Devs were duping gold. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah,
I loved it.
Actually allowed players to continue to purchase premium currency even while players were actively abusing their systems, duplicating everything they could ever want or need.
Smart.
This set players back infinitely far, and the game, at least in China, has still yet to recover from this. And given this was an issue in China, it very well might be an issue over here in the West as well. We've seen this happen with plenty of other games. Now, admittedly, Hada Games have created an incredible looking anime MMO, but at the same time,
wow, this is going to be
just
fun.
Because a game looks great does not mean that it actually is. There have been so many issues with Tower of Fantasy that it's almost impossible to report on all of them in a single video, but these were the issues that made the most impact online. Again, no company is infallible, but the sheer number of mistakes that Hada have made are an embarrassment to the industry.
The mistake he's making is considering it a mistake. This was not a mistake. They did this on purpose. All of these things were done intentionally.
They redirected blame to a company that they outsourced their trailer creation to. They then stole again, and they had no excuse the second time. They tried to hide the things they did, but that just made things
that got
worse.
on the keyboard.
Every bit of this game's history has been a clown fiesta. They have been incredibly unprofessional, and they show no signs of doing anything differently for Western players. And while I am still, honestly excited to play this, because I'm not going to let something like this stop me from having fun, at least initially in the game.
I'll play the game. Like, now it makes me more I want to play the game more now, to be honest with you. This was the best advertisement I've ever seen for a game. This game's going to be a complete shit show. This is going to be way better content. It's going to be amazing. Like, there's probably going to be bugs constantly, people duping resources, huge exploits. Like, everybody's going to be cheating in the game. There's, like, botting. It's going to be rampant. Probably people literally hacking the files. Oh, it's going to be great. I can't wait for this.
Not have any kind of realistic expectation that they are going to handle this properly, handle this well.
Some people say, why would you promote such a scummy game? Because it's funny. Yeah, it's just funny. That's the only reason. It's funny. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. It's just funny, and that's it. Yeah, there's no reason to get like. It makes me laugh. Yeah, it's just funny because like it's so messed up. I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's drama to see it. Yeah, it's just funny.
Contrary, I know that the Western release of this game is well, it's going to be quite the fun topic to report on. And
yeah,
I plan to, both the positive and the negative, as I always do. In the meantime, though, they just revealed Tower Fantasy 2.0, and I have a video for that right over there for those of you that are interested.
Thank God. 2022's biggest anime RPG. Yeah, I think this looks like an anime RPG. She's wearing a mini skirt and there's a wind blowing it up. Yeah, that's definitely it. 100%. Let me link this video to you guys. Watch it. Okay, I'll watch it. Sure, why not? Let's see what this is. And we'll see if it's any good. Yeah, I want to play one of these games because I've never played one of them before, right? This is a game that's from MMOByte. I've watched a lot of their videos before. I think they're in general pretty good. I like them. And so this game will 100% be successful. Basically, I've gotten to the point now where I just assume that any game that is an anime game, the only problem with a lot of these anime games, I'm going to be honest, is that a lot of the characters in the game don't have big enough boobs. Like, they don't. And it's like you just, like, you don't have the big milkers in the game. Like, there's like, no, true. I've looked at all of the characters, and that's generally what my opinion of it is, right? It's like, especially you have, like, all of the physics for it and everything put in there. It's just, you've got to really kind of turn things up a notch. Let's say that you're playing the wrong games then. Apparently I am. Yeah, we need more milkers, exactly. Here we go.
I have been hyping Tower of Fantasy for, wow, like a year and 2 years at this juncture. And I did a video just yesterday talking about how both Mrs. Sticks and I actually managed to get into the upcoming closed beta test that is going to take place at the end of this month. We are going to be streaming this over on our Twitch channel.
Oh, can I sign up for that?
If you're not already following us there,
well, I should sign up for that.
Better, because I mean,
yeah,
you're going to miss out on an opportunity of a lifetime here to either get to play alongside us or to see this in real time. Quick shout out to our patrons over on Patreon. This allows you to directly support us if you're interested. Every patron will have their name appear at the beginning of every single YouTube video, and you'll be immortalized in the MMO genre forever. And we're genuinely excited to both be able
I don't know if I would say that. I don't know if that's a good sell. Is that what a good sell or not? I don't know. Being immortalized for an MMO player? I mean, shit, bro. Like, you gotta think of something else.
You get into this and to play a different class and showcase various different aspects of the game, but either way, there was a brand new trailer released alongside the announcement of Tower of Fantasy 2.0.
Okay, let's see it.
2.0. And
2.0 means twice as much plagiarism.
I don't really know what that entails. I know Tower of Fantasy really didn't have the greatest of launches when it launched a few months ago over in China.
Yeah, twice as many dupes.
They were accused of plagiarism. They were
That's exactly what I'm talking about. See?
Actually, the plagiarism accusation was legitimate. They blamed
That's exactly
someone
what I
else
meant
for the plagiarism, but as a company, you need to own that. You need to take responsibility for outsourcing trailers that you have that are professionally designed specifically to advertise your game.
Take responsibility.
But disregarding plagiarism accusations, they have had bugs, they have had duplication issues, they have had a
I
plethora.
really wish they would stop doing this shit with like these like fucking like 14-year-old girls in like these school outfits. Like I think that shit's weird. Like I don't know why every game has to do this now. Like fuck, bro. Like I see so much of this. Like, and I get that like maybe like a lot of people that get into it are not like weirdos, but like I just think the game would be better without it. Like I don't know. I just think just feel like the game would be better without it. Fuck. It's a legal thing. It's legal here. Yeah, 16 is legal in most places in America. Okay, like I just fucking man. I just wish it wasn't in the game. Okay, like I just wish it wasn't in the game. I don't want to argue about this. It's just wish it wasn't in the game.
Of issues with their game, but from what I've seen, from what I've read, and from what I've heard, a lot of the game has been improved. They've been overhauling various different aspects of the game, and since I can't really find much information specifically pertaining to 2.0 online, I'm guessing 2.0. Well, I did actually notice, or I found online that they are holding a brand new event with new characters in 2.0, but I'm assuming 2.0 is kind of a culmination of various different efforts.
The game looks fine.
Realize a vision for the game that they had before they had to rush the release. Now, the 2.0 trailer, I have not watched yet. I'm not sure what specifically is going to be in it. I'm hoping we get to see some of the new improved gameplay, some of the new areas that are going to be implemented. But
guys, we don't need to argue about age of consent. What are y'all doing in the comments? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, who are you trying to convince? Like, who are we trying to convince? Like, what is this? Like, what do you think? Like you're gonna type out a well-reasoned argument and somebody in chat's gonna read that? No, nobody's even gonna read it. Like people are just gonna type, like you're gonna type out like a whole fucking paragraph of like why you think whatever your opinion is, and someone else is gonna be like, oh, fucking idiot, shut up, dumbass, and then your message goes whoop, and you're gone. And then you post it again, and my mods ban you for spamming. Like, just stop it. Just fucking stop.
Oh, I just realized I didn't have my headset plugged in. You know that a content creator is professional when they set up absolutely nothing before going ahead and actually recording their video.
I've recorded videos with no sound before, too.
So I believe this is one of the new characters.
This is good. Yeah, that's a good.
They have the
that's
the thigh
enough.
thickness to thigh like stocking ratio thing absolutely perfected.
Well, of course they do, because that's literally the half of the game. You understand that? That's half of the game. How could they get that wrong? If they get that wrong, people aren't gonna buy the new outfits for the character. Duh.
Okay, we see some weird camel things.
Okay.
These areas are looking really good. I guess
This is my opinion about this is I think the game looks good. Like I do. I think the game looks good. Like no bullshit. The ratio is called. I don't care what shit with ratio is called. I ain't gonna read that. Yeah, this looks good.
The
More
desert
thighs,
region in the
please?
game
Yeah.
upon its release in China.
It's badass.
Man, that oasis looks sick. God, the character models in this game look so good. For an anime MMO, I mean.
You see him say that, and then like as soon as he's like saying, wait a minute, whoa, hold up. Well, I mean, for like an anime movie, like, you know, like, cause, you know. That's cool.
Some story, cutscenes.
All right, I like it. Who's that? Is that a Pokemon?
Can we just take a moment here to appreciate
What?
the camera angles that they were utilizing when they were
Listen, Here's the thing. Is that this is the way that the game is. Like, this is what they have, an audience of people that's what they want to see. And over there, they don't think about, oh wow, well I don't know if this is empowering to women. They're thinking, well, what should we have her in the thigh highs and the mini skirt, or the leather suit? I don't know, guys. Like, what do you think? And like, that's all there is. Yeah, it's anime. That's what they do. Sex, Style, Spirit. That's why they keep doing it.
That they were utilizing when they were like hover biking.
Yeah, they don't give a shit
through the wasteland. Like, instead of going like first person, instead of going like over the top.
Of course not.
We literally, it is as if we were 2 feet behind them and at their butt level.
Yeah, of course. Yes. What's so funny about
throughout that entire thing? I'm just thinking to myself,
laughing?
what kind of camera angle is this? And I can't be the only one.
What do you mean, what kind of camera angle is this? You know what kind of camera angle this is. Like, it seems normal to me. Yep, everything seems fine to me. Yep, absolutely.
Get that right. Oh,
okay. That's cool. I like that. This is nice. All right, let's see. Is this a boss fight? I kind of like this.
Whoa, she looks. Kind of reminds me of one of the characters from Akame ga Kill. No, not Akame ga Kill. Sorry. Oh god. Oh man, I forgot the name. Wait,
what?
Can we?
Yeah?
How are we gonna be able to focus on the game when that is what we're gonna see when running around? There is no way.
That's the secret. That's the secret, is that you don't need to worry about gameplay. You don't. That's the whole secret. That's it. You don't focus on the game. Like, that's why it's like, so let me give you an example, okay? If I go over, and you guys can try this out now in Lost Ark, if you've got your stronghold unlocked and you're playing the game, log on to your stronghold and look up the outfits for each character. Most of the male characters don't even have an extra outfit. Maybe they have one outfit. Meanwhile, Nineveh has 7 different maid outfits with different color stockings. How does this happen? How could this ever possibly happen? What a surprise. Why? I wonder what this is. Yeah, oh god, you're back. Yep, there you go.
Absolutely no way that we're going to be able to focus on the game. Why would you put that? How is that?
Why would you put this in a trailer? I wonder why.
You know what? The developers, they really know their audience. They looked at what Genshin Impact players love about Genshin Impact, and that MiHoYo removed from Genshin Impact, and they're like, yeah, if we want to be successful, we're gonna give them what they want. Gotta go with. We have to emphasize the assets of the characters that Genshin removed from their game. That way we can get a chunk of the players that love those specific aspects of Genshin.
Right.
These guys are brilliant.
Yeah, they don't care.
Man. Oh, this must be like one of the main towns.
This is cool. Yeah, I like this. I wonder if this game will be popular or not. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I do out there too. I stand. Okay, in retrospect, no, that is not what I would do. I would not condone doing that.
This is cool.
Definitely 100%.
Like, I mean, like, for a second, like, this actually is really cool. The cinematic and everything, like the gameplay itself, I don't really give a shit. Like the characters' ass, like whatever. Like I've always been the mindset, it's like you want to have hot characters in the game, cool. Like just don't fucking like I hate whenever people put like their ideology into shit, right? And it's like a whole like their worldview, right? It's whatever. I don't really give a shit. But like to me, I just want to see I think the game is cool. You know, that's it. Yeah, I think the game is cool.
No, that is not at all something that I would ever do.
Sure.
Atop a giant. I don't even know what she was atop. But wow, look at those characters. Don't they look impressive? So I guess they're some of the characters that were introduced specifically with the 2.0 update.
It's like, bro, I don't know how people can say like it's not about like a kid whenever they're like they have like this is the same thing with like Mary in a fucking Lost Ark. Like why does she have like a little doll with her? Like bro, like that's like for kids. Like oh man, what the fuck? Like it's just like Sutton Cluck. Thanks for the 5 subs. Thank you very much. Yeah, but it's weird though. Like why is she carrying a doll? Like it's why is she carrying a doll? Like oh my god. Like well she's a kid.
Info about the 2.0 update on the screen though.
Man.
Now you gotta admit that trailer well it didn't necessarily showcase any kind of like full in-game overhauls.
It didn't show you shit.
I'm honestly sure if that was due to the fact that those overhauls are not yet ready.
It didn't show anything.
They are ready, but they just didn't have the time to implement them in a trailer yet.
What the fuck
Maybe
were
they
you
don't
looking
want
at?
to implement them in a trailer because the overhauls aren't
where
nearly
is
as
this?
significant as some of us might believe they are. But like, I know that's a trailer, and I know you shouldn't necessarily get too excited for trailers, but I've always been the kind of guy that sees a trailer and then thinks to themselves, wow, that looked really sick, and then proceeds to get really excited for a game. Now, I'm also the kind of guy that can appreciate trailers ahead of the release of a game, and then I can appreciate the game for what it is without necessarily comparing the game to the trailer. I'm not overly critical of games. I don't like to consider myself like a game critic or a game journalist. What I like to do is I like to read stuff. I then like to kind of compartmentalize it.
I think there's some people that like they fluff themselves up too much. They get too into their own head about how important they are, etc. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's it. That doesn't make sense. Like, guy has no backbone. Well, there's no backbone. Like, it's a video game, man. Like, who gives a fuck? I mean, really, like, the thing is, like, who gives a fuck? It's a game. Like, it's like, oh, wow, the game, it's, there's something, like, dumb with the game. Oh, my God, the game. Oh, no. Oh, no, it's a game. It's a game. Who cares?
Everything and focused all of my attention into making it a source of information that is as easily digestible as possible, and then relaying all of that information to the community.
I appreciate that this guy, like, you know, he knows that obviously for every video on YouTube about video games is probably going to get an Asmongold reaction, and he just preemptively moves his camera over to the right side of the screen, knowing that I'm going to look at it from this perspective. Like, this is great.
To all of you guys, which, you know what, I guess is technically like a form of reporting, but again, I don't like to classify myself as one because I really don't think that I do a very professional job of it. I find as much information as I can, and then I read it and I talk about it because it's something that interests me. And Tower Fantasy, I know, is not necessarily a game that's going to interest everyone. I know that there are a lot of people that are sitting there thinking to themselves, hey, you know what, this game right here, this game is going to be the Genshin Impact killer. This is going to be direct competition for Genshin Impact. This is going to either kill
I can't handle listening to that
because there are only really two different things a game that looks like Genshin Impact, that plays like Genshin Impact can do. It can either be direct competition and a direct rival for Genshin Impact and potentially topple Genshin Impact, or it fails. I don't know why this is the mentality that players have. I do not understand why we necessarily need to compare games to one another. I don't see why two different games that look similar, have similar themes, have similar aesthetics, and have similar types of gameplay can't coexist with one another? Just
well,
like,
because if it's like this, right? You want to have people feel like they want to invest their money. Because, like, why does somebody want to play a game and, like, invest $5,000 into whaling in a game if the game's going to die in 6 months or a year? You do this so you can imply that the game will have lasting staying power, so people feel like their investment into the game is more meaningful. That's why it happens.
PlayStation and Xbox. I don't see why we can't enjoy both different types of consoles, or PC and console and mobile devices. I don't see why we can't just enjoy playing on whatever platform we enjoy playing on without attacking and criticizing one another. So,
yeah,
again, I know there are going to be a lot of people that are, and I know I'm talking really fast here.
What are we doing,
a lot of caffeine today. So
I know there are going to be a lot of people that are sitting there thinking to themselves, how is this going to compare to Genshin Impact? And on the one hand, Genshin Impact is an anime RPG. It is an open world anime RPG. There are no MMO aspects of the game. There is a 4-player multiplayer function built into Genshin Impact.
Yeah, my understanding is that there was at least some
multiplayer co-op. This is supposedly like a full MMO, or as close to an MMO as you can get on mobile. I played a lot of mobile MMOs. Mobile MMOs that are on the mobile platform are all absolutely terrible. I've yet to play one that I legitimately think is of PC quality. Now, because they are such contrastingly different types of games, I really don't see how one could drastically affect the other. They are different games. They have different gameplay loops. They're going to have a lot of different mechanics.
It doesn't matter.
And
if the games look the same, they're the same. That's all there is to it to people.
With the monolithic success that Genshin has been, with the, I don't know, tens if not hundreds of millions of players that game has. No, if Tower Fantasy was to be direct competition for Genshin Impact, then it is not going to live up to it. It can't. It's not nearly as big budget game. It is.
Oh yeah,
not,
no way.
I mean, I haven't played it. I'm expecting and anticipating playing it in the next couple weeks, but I don't feel like it's as polished as Genshin Impact is yet. But that's
what people always said about Genshin Impact, was that the game, even though it was a gacha game, it was a good game. They said that it would be a lot better if it didn't have those features. There was very few cases like people saying the game was like fundamentally bad. Many times people said they liked the game, they just didn't like that.
Stuff of my 1.0 impressions, they might have overhauled a lot in 2.0 and made a lot of alterations to the game that might drastically change my opinion, and I am more than happy doing a dedicated video on all of my thoughts, all of my impressions at the end of this month. But this is an anime MMO. Genshin Impact is not, Blue Protocol is, but then at the same time, Blue Protocol is a PC exclusive, where this is PC, this is mobile, and hopefully in the near future, console as well. So a game that is built specifically for console, a game that is built specifically for PC, and a game that is built for cross-play functionality between all three platforms, including mobile, is going to be of a completely different quality, a completely different caliber of game. We can compare all three games, Genshin, Blue Protocol.
I don't give a fuck. Like, just bring the game out so I can play the game. Like, that's it. Please, next video. Let me just finish the video. It's like a minute left.
And Tower Fantasy if we want to, but it's pointless because they have different budgets, they have different developers, and they are all different types of games. Am I excited for all three of them? I mean, I play Genshin, so I have fun with that. I'm very excited about Tower Fantasy. I'm very excited about Blue Protocol. I hope all of them continue to grow, continue to flourish, and they all have their own large respective communities that enjoy playing them. Now, if you want more information about the